Whoa, there we go. Hope you enjoyed that. Something a little bit different. Something a little bit jazzy. Instead of starting off with some blaring, badly played leads, at least I started off with some badly played jazz leads. So there you go. So hopefully you enjoyed that. I was just in that kind of mood. It's Thursday. It's almost the end of the week. So let me just make one more adjustment here with this camera. Sorry about this. Smooth that over a little bit. Oh, that's no good. Hang on. Alright. Oh, that's no good either. Alright. Okay, hopefully you can all hear me and see me. Okay, let me know if that's, if you can. And let me go right up to the chat. You guys were all talking up a storm before we started. So let me just say hello to everybody. Holy shit, man. You guys really talked up a storm. Okay, hang on. Let me go to live chat here. Oh, Lord. Dear Lord. Okay, I don't know if this is in the right order. I don't know what's going on with the chat. It's all messed up. But Gary Tholander's here. Hey, Gary, how are you? Joe Hervey's here. Here's my good buddy Dave. Nice to see you. Dave, I saw the replay of the Livewire show last night. You guys knocked it out of the park, as per usual. Justin Cox, how are you? Jimmy Biter, welcome. Six String Brian, how you doing? Joe Hervey, how are you? Hey, Waleed. Play that bird. It wasn't the bird. Hey, Ladybug. Thanks for sending those pictures. Very cool. Very cool. I love that Gene Simmons bass you sent. What else we got? Soda. Take the hat off before Gibson is no more. No way, buddy. Paul Guitar Music too. How are you? Daniel Horsley. How's it going? Hey, Mitch Heyman. Mitch, that was great, man. You were great yesterday. I watched the replay today, man. You were great on the live wires yesterday. Hey, there's my other brother, my other buddy, brother, Brian. How are you, man? Say that 3 times fast. Janice, how's it going? Soda, nice to see ya. Hey, there's Bruce. Hey, Bruce, how are you, man? You like the jazz? I thought something a little different, you know, instead of always like, you know, heavy rock. Waleed, thank you so much. Waleed, like the intro. Rob F. If I can get my reading is hard. The struggle is real. Rob F. How are you? Zach Thong, nice to see ya. Phil Mosley Music is in the house. AZDH85224. How's it going, man? Thanks for popping in. Firebird for the win. Smooth. Half Ace is here. Welcome. Okay, I'm almost at the bottom, I swear. Alex Radford is here if I haven't said hello. Okay, I think I got everyone and it just jumped on me for the first time. Soda's here. Dwight Bailey is here. Hey, Ben Coombs is here. Welcome, Ben. Thrash is here. Paul Lou is here. Robbie Johnson. Cool, cool. Okay, can you all hear me all right? Let me know if you can all hear me all right and see me. Because our internet was down like a half an hour before the show started, so I'll just wait for somebody to respond. Best intro so far. Oh, Terry Himes, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Hey, Hugh Caldwell. Sounds great. Yes, all good. Okay, beautiful. Here you find. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, I don't know what Dave you thought I was playing the Firebird, buddy, but that was Blackie. That was Blackie on the neck pickup with the tone down around 7. So it's getting some nice jazzy tones out of this thing. Everything is great. Thank you, Waleed. Appreciate that, man. Hey, there's David Ennis. Welcome. Mike Rohde, welcome. Okay. Yeah. So hope everybody's doing well, doing okay. It was a pretty crappy day here Thursday. It was kind of overcast, and I think we're pretty much on our way to fall here. I don't think there's any more signs of summer left. We had one fluky day this week when it got real hot, but I think it's pretty much it's a done deal. We're heading into the fall and winter, which is like not good, not good. That means I won't see sun and heat now probably until late June of next year. So that's how long it takes for it to warm. That's how long it took to warm up this year. So it's pretty shitty. It's pretty shitty. Hey, there's Blackjack. Blackjack, man. That gig you posted with 40 rounds, man. You guys are awesome. Awesome. Check out Blackjack's channel, man. She's got some live clips of her band. They smoke, man. Smoking band. Smoking band. Yeah, so yeah, it was one of those kind of days, so I thought let's start something kind of jazzy, bluesy, and kind of overcast feel, if that makes any sense. And there's Spencer Cron, welcome. Yeah, no worries, Blackjack. So yeah, so I know I'm not doing the after gig hangouts anymore. And actually, I don't have a gig now for a couple of weeks. I actually have a couple of weeks off, which is very cool. That being said, we picked up another gig today. Because once I think I got 2 in October, and then we're pretty much solid right till the end of the year, including New Year's. So, but I had a gig last Saturday, and that's what I wanted to talk about today. When gear goes south was the topic for today. And BB Mate is here. Welcome. I want to make sure I catch you. Hey, Rick Kettner, how are you? Oh, appreciate that. Thanks for popping in, BB Mate. That's nice of you, man. Yeah, I hope you and your wife have a great dinner, buddy. Robbie Johnson, if I haven't said hello. So what happens when gear goes south? So, as most of you know, I'm very old school. Hey, Russ Markart, how are you? Very old school in my rig. It's a guitar, it's pedals, and all into the front of the amp. And when gear goes south, it's no longer Canadian. Hey, Chicken Guitars, how are you? That's funny. Hey, Pete Hickson is here. People keep popping in. You guys are awesome. You guys rock. So yeah, so what happened was we're about Fabulous Disaster. Perfect name for what I'm just about to talk about. Welcome. So what happened was we're like 3 songs into a 15-minute set, which is the last set, and my sound is kicking in and out. It's kicking in and out, right? So then you're doing the desperation thing, like every chance you get, you're getting down and pulling on cables and making sure things are plugged in and this and that, whatever. Maybe a patch cable came out, maybe you stepped on your own cord, which I'm notorious for doing, something like that, and you fumble, and then okay, it starts again, and then you're good, and then you do another couple minutes, whatever, and then cuts out on you again, and then you're thinking, oh shit, I got an important lead part coming on or a solo coming on, and man, it better work, and then it's cutting in and cutting out during like a run, and man, it was just one of those things where for about, I think, the next 2 or 3 songs, I was doing just what I just described. Pushing things in, making sure power chords were in, and kind of it's working, and it would kick out. I did that for about 2 or 3 songs, and then it got to a point where I said, "To hell with it." And my saving grace was I took my Hughes and Kettner amp. Actually, let me get that Hughes and Kettner for you to show you, because this amp is insanely good. And I am not sponsored by Hughes and Kettner, but let me show you this little amp, because this is what saved my butt. Hang on. First of all, it comes in a nice little bag like this. Cords are in the front. Okay, now if you've never seen one of these things, whoops, that's what it looks like. Everything I do is opposite to the screen, so there you go. So here's what saved my butt. So this thing has 3 channels on it, okay? There are 3 separate channels on this. Let me move the camera over a bit so you can see a little bit better. There you go. Okay. So there are 3 channels on this. There's a clean channel, what they call a crunch channel, and a dirt channel. So, and they're all, you can just turn them on and off by hitting those buttons in the front. And you can basically have 3 settings for it. So generally I run this on the clean channel, okay? And I generally run it on the clean channel, but just on the verge of breakup, right? And that has its own EQ. The crunch and the, what they call the lead channel, they have a shared EQ. But you can still set them up in terms of how much gain you want in each of them. So what I ended up doing is, and this comes with a foot switch, but I didn't have the foot switch with me. I could have just used the foot switch to change between the clean and the 2 channels. So basically I had everything with this amp. I had a clean tone, I had a crunch rhythm tone, and I had the lead tone on this amp. I could literally do a gig with just this amp. And thank God I had this amp, because I ended up finishing the whole gig with just using this amp and doing what I just described. But unfortunately, I didn't have the push button or the foot switch. I was manually switching. So I was basically on the fly setting my tones and just going clean, crunch, lead, clean, crunch, lead. And I played the last probably 9 or 10 songs just going directly into this and completely bypassing bypassing my pedals. And that is what literally saved the day. Because had I took, if you can see back there, if I had that Marshall with me, that Marshall would not have been able to do it, because that Marshall is a single channel amp, and I would have been screwed, because I'd only have 1 sound coming out of that. So I don't know what it was. The stars lined up, and for whatever reason, something said to me, "Hey, you better take the Hughes and Kettner tonight," because I haven't really gigged with this head in a while. So just absolute fluke that I took the Hughes and Kettner head. This, by the way, is for those that are interested, this is that's the Tubemeister 36 watt, and it glows nice and blue when you turn it on. So it also looks cool on a dark stage. So that's what absolutely saved my butt, was this head. And so that was my story, and I still haven't found. I think I know what the fault is. I think I know what it's. One patch cord. I'm gonna buy some new patch cords for the pedals. I think I know which patch cord it is that's a little bit goofy on it. But ever since that night, of course, the problem happens during the gig, and it hasn't really happened since. But I got a couple of weeks off with no gigs, and I'm gonna strip that board completely, and I'm gonna put, rewire it with some new patch cords, and hopefully that'll fix the problem. But man, and here, the biggest compliment I got at the end of that night, at the end of the show, was the guys are saying, "Hey, good gig," and I'm looking at them like, "Didn't you notice that I was cutting in and out and I was doing everything manually?" Nobody knew. Nobody knew. Not the guys in the band. Nobody knew that I was having problems. They had no idea that I was having problems, that I wasn't my pedal board, I wasn't using my pedal board, that stuff was kind of. They had no idea, and that just shows how, I was able to basically use this to save my butt, and nobody noticed, right? So, you know, I guess best what I'm trying to say to you folks is have some sort of a backup, whether it be a head that can do it all or something. And whatever you do, stay calm. You'll get through it. You will get through it. All right, let me get caught up here. I've been yakking for a while. Let me get caught up here on the comments here. Okay. All right, and okay. Hey, Bam is here. Bam, if I haven't said hello, hello. Yeah, okay, I saw that. Pete Hickson, welcome. If I haven't said hello, hello. I'm probably repeating names. Okay. If anyone's got questions for me, please tag me in the chat so I can see your question. Ben, no, it wasn't the power tubes. No, it wasn't the power tubes. These power tubes are actually in here. They're pretty, they're not even, maybe just over a year old, so they're still pretty new. They're still pretty new. Blackjack, oh my god, I had that happen with my electric bass drum. Yeah. How did you correct that? Or did you just play without it? I can't imagine though, without oh, yeah. I don't think it'd sound very good without a kick drum. But let me know how you fix that, Blackjack. Just go down here. Don't trip. Yeah, I almost tripped. You saw that, eh? This show is live, folks. It's live. Falls and all. It's all live. Okay. How many watts? This is a 36 watt head, but you can. It has a power soak. I can go to 18, 5 watts, 1 watt, and it also has a red box out, so I could run this straight into a board and not use a cab at all. So, and this is the Tube Meister. The Grandmeister has more features than this. This is sort of like the simpler one of the two. Pete Hickson had a preamp fail, had to plug pedal board straight into the effect return and use power amp only. So you had a workaround. That's good. That's cool. That's cool. Brian S., were you able to track down? No. I think I know what it is, Brian. I got to take that board apart. I haven't done it yet because it's been a pretty busy week, but I think I know. I think I've tracked it down. Hey, Thomas Santiago, welcome. Jay Steen, welcome. Jet City is good for the price. I have a 2-channel crunch and overdrive, so not much clean room for pedals, but it has an effects loop. Yeah, the Jet City stuff, the other guy in the band had a Jet City for a long time, and I don't recall it ever failing. So, yeah, Jet City's good stuff for cheap, for sure. The next day I looked at it and the input jack was loose. So you played the gig without the kick drum. That sucks, Blackjack. That sucks. Butterfly Ladybug Show, how are you? Thanks for popping in. Okay, talking about a hangover from the show last night. Did they drink a little too much? I saw the replay of the Livewire show, by the way, folks. Yeah, it's good I missed that one because apparently there was a lot of Pink Floyd talking. Yeah. Anyways, Aaron Songs is here. How are you? So, let me know, folks, if that stuff like that's happened to you and what your workarounds for, and do you have a backup plan in case gear goes south? I had a backup plan only by fluke because I happened to bring this head. I generally bring a backup guitar, but it wasn't a guitar issue, so that wouldn't help anyways. Hey, there's Jasko. How are you, man? Football is on. Okay, cool. I'll be watching the game later on. Yeah, let me know. Let me know if anyone else has had that type of issue. All right, let me put this thing down. But isn't this thing cool, man? Look how small that is. I bought this used. I bought it used, and all I had to do was the power tubes were basically toast on it. This is the easiest thing to swap tubes out of. Easier than hell. Like, it's just super easy to swap tubes in this. Two power tubes. It's basically like a brand new amp all over again. It sounds fantastic, and if you're afraid of biasing, these are self-biasing, so I didn't even have to worry about that. It was just a matter of literally taking the old tubes out and putting the new tubes in. And for someone that's never done, that's the first time I ever swapped tubes was this head. First time ever. There we go. Okay, let me get caught back up here. Well, Lee, just my jack that died on stage. Never forget a backup jack. A jack? What do you mean a jack? Like the guitar jack? Your input jack? Not sure what you mean there, Waleed. Chicken guitars. I'd have to decorate the inside of that guitar hack. Looks like a nice terrarium. Right? Okay, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Terrarium. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Oh, you're talking about the thing. Yeah. You know what? There was a time when Alex Lifeson was using Hughes and Kettner heads, and he had the bigger version of that with the plexi, the clear plastic face. And what he actually did, they used to get, this was in one of their videos, and they would put like fake fish and sandcastles and stuff in there. So, because those guys are just, they got a really good sense of humor. Yeah. Let me get caught up here. Sound good? Joe Hervey, if you're talking about that head sounds fantastic. There's Ron Limber. Gary Holt is here. Hey, Gary, welcome. Oh, the instrument cable. Yeah. Well, that was the first thing I thought it was, and I swapped cables, and it wasn't the cable. I will say that my South Creek audio kit held up for years. Yeah, you never, how would I put it? You never think much about cables until they fail on you, and then you're like, oh shit, I should have spent the extra like $2 or $5 or whatever it is to get the better cables. Yeah. All right. Hey, Ricky Compton, welcome. Welcome. So, the other thing that actually today I went to one of the biggest. Hey, Rob212, how are you? Did you see me explore? No, I just caught you now, Rob. If that's what you're referring to, I just saw you now. Yeah, good evening, Ricky Compton. Hey, Janice, how are you? Brian from Oregon, welcome. When my amp pooped out, I plugged my board into the first input on the bass player's amp, and he went into number 2, and it sounded like shit. I guess it would. Yeah, you guys are sharing a speaker. Yeah, that definitely would sound like shit. Yeah. Hey, Brian Bond, welcome. Hank Hill, welcome. I had an issue like that. Then I bought a Boss GT1, and it rules. Takes a while to get everything dialed in. It's stage friendly, but it's killer once you get it done. Yeah, the Boss, the GT1. Yeah, that's like the top of the line Boss multi effects. Yeah, it does sound pretty good. Nicholas Tesla would need cables. When am I wearing the Toto and Ace makeup? Soda. Well, as you all know, I am on a push to get to 1,000 subs. As of today, I think I'm at like 935, which, if my math is correct, means I need 65 more. So spread the word, share the channel, share the videos. You know, I'm only 65 away. The goal is by Christmas. So between now and Christmas, I need another 65 subs. So yeah, keep putting out the good word, folks. The Facebook page is really growing. Shit, I'm well over 300 now on my Facebook page, the Guitar Hack, and then there's a Guitar Hack group as well. So those all seem to be growing pretty well. So, and there's a lot of people that I see there that I don't see in the chats and that. So if they were to come over, I'd be at 1,000 in no time. So But yeah, that's the goal. And while we're on goals, I've got the Guitar Hack merch. I think it's 15% off until Sunday. If anyone is interested in, Guitar Hack shirts, hoodies, pullovers. Now that it's getting a little bit cooler, I got all that stuff. The link is below, so check that out. The promo code is hack, HACK, hack. Okay. Hey, Empirism. How are you, man? I haven't seen you in a while. Empirism, I saw that you posted a video the other day. I got to check it out. Yeah, it's getting close there in songs, but 65 is still a fair bit. It's still a fair bit. So, it's still a little ways away. Yeah, it's Jason Wade's birthday today, folks. That's right, Butterfly and Ladybug Show. So if you're Facebook friendly with Jason, make sure you give him a happy birthday. Do I negotiate? How about 16%? Buddy, I put it in the website, and then it's locked until the time expires. So 15% off. It's a deal. You'll love it. Okay, Ladybug can't tag, folks, but she is saying hello to everyone. Ladybug, you missed Jason's birthday. Uh-oh. Thank you so much for throwing up the link, Butterfly and Ladybug Show. Just our bands page. Yeah. Oh, so the other thing too that happened today that was kind of cool. So I went to the music store in our area that has really all the top of the line stuff. It's got basically the best selection in the city. And I played a whole whack of guitars today. I played an ESP, like a high-end ESP. It was over $2,000. I played a Jackson. What else did I play today? I played a Friedman today. The thing was over $4,000. It looked like it got dragged behind a car for about 6 miles. It was beat to shit. But it sounded really, really good, and it played really, really well. It's probably maybe one of the first, or definitely the top two Friedmans that I've ever picked up. But the coolest thing about hanging out in the music store was I was, just trying stuff out, whatever. And this other gentleman was trying guitars out. We were in the same room. We're roughly about the same age. And turns out he plays in a band too, and on the weekends and stuff like that. And, we started trading notes and whatever, and he was in there and he was just wanted to buy a guitar. Wasn't quite sure what guitar he wanted, and we talked in Gretches, and we talked. He was looking at 335s, and I was saying, they're kind of pricey. Try the Eastmans, like, just that kind of thing, back and forth, whatever. And what was so cool is I never met this guy in my life, and just the fact that we both were guitar players. And we were both comparing notes and this and that. And I ended up telling him about the channel. He actually subbed to this channel. I don't know if he's even watching this. But you know what I mean? Just that having that common framework, or that common ground of both being into music. And, we're just, I got to a point where I said, hey, man, I got to get going. I was only supposed to be there for, about 20 minutes or so. I ended up being there for almost 2 hours. And I was like, I got to get out of here, right? But it was so cool. It was so cool. And when I left, the last thing he was asking me about pickups, and I was telling him all about, all the different types of Gibson pickups and the difference between the magnets and the higher output and this and that. And he kind of liked the lower output. So the last thing I left him with was a Les Paul Standard 50s, because it has a Burstbucker 1, Burstbucker 2s, which is a surgery that I did on my Les Paul, and the pickups I put in that one. And I gave him that, and he couldn't get it. He could not put it down. So I got a feeling when I left, he might have walked out with a Standard, and it was a beautiful one. It was a Heritage Cherry, had just the right amount of flames, a beautiful Les Paul. And I got a feeling that I walked out, and he might have bought a Les Paul, and it's my fault. So I don't know. But I know when I left, he would not stop playing the damn thing. So that was kind of cool, right? Just being in a music store, sharing notes. And all the guitars that I looked at, I posted all the pictures on my Facebook page. So that's another reason why you should check out the Facebook page, because I post a lot of stuff on there. I also have an Instagram as well, and the link for that is also below. Hey, there's Oregon Steve. How are you? Blackjack. Yeah. I can't spell tutu and ace makeup. Yeah. MySpace? I think my space has been evicted. Yeah, Blackjack, I do want another one. But I can't. I can't do it. I'm always looking online and I'm looking at different ones, and I saw actually a nice 2003 traditional today cherry burst. The guy wants 2 grand for it. I don't know. I'd have to sell something to buy it, and 2 grand. I won't get 2 grand for. If I get rid of something, it'll probably be one of my fenders, and I won't get 2 grand for a fender. So yeah. Oh, I definitely want another one. I always want another one. I always want another one. That goes without saying. Rest in peace, SRV. Yep. Yeah, folks, if you got any questions for me, please pop them in the chat. Hey, there's Dave Stafford. How are you, man? Nice to see you in here. Todd Flowers, welcome. If I haven't said hello in the chat, jumped on me again. Hey, there's R2, R3. Hey, I didn't see you, man. Welcome, buddy. Alright, just getting caught up here. I'm a Gibson enabler. You know, in the time that I've been on YouTube, and I've been on YouTube regularly, I think I'm around. There's been at least a dozen people that have mentioned that I somehow had something to do with them buying a Les Paul or a Gibson product. A dozen so far. So yeah, maybe I am an enabler. I don't know. David Spicer, checking in, gents from Sydney. Great to see a maple fretboard on this channel. That's a first from my viewing experience. Maple fretboard. That's Bird's Eye Maple. That's an Ernie Ball Access Super Sport. I have more maple fretboards. Here's one. There you go. There's 2 maple fretboards for you. And welcome, David Spicer. Welcome to the channel. If you like, please hit the like button and sub to the channel. I'm trying to get myself to 1,000 subs by Christmas, so I'd appreciate your support. Gateway Gibson. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I tend to agree with your comment, Aaron Songs. Yeah, I think I agree with that. All right, I'm getting caught up. Sorry, folks. It's just the chat is absolutely whizzing by here. Gibson Troublemaker, yeah. Canadian Hard Maple. I'm not touching that, Brian. Literally. Alex Radford. Oh, okay. You traded GNL for a Gibson. Cool. Oregon Steve Guitar Hack, you're responsible for me liking your channel and finding Brian S. and consequently purchasing that. That's like 6 degrees of separation. Yeah, yeah. I did play an ESP today that was good, man. Really good. It felt really, really good. I got photos of it on my Facebook page, but I played a really nice ESP today, man. It's okay. Okay, cool. So, might as well, while I'm thinking of it. So next week is gonna be a little bit odd for me. I may or may not have a Thursday show. next week. What ESP model? You know what? I don't know. But I tell you what I'll do. I'm gonna show you the I'm gonna show you the photo, and if anyone knows what ESP model this is, it's not an LTD. I'll tell you that. It's definitely not an LTD. But I'll show you if this works. I don't know if this will work, but this is it here. So if anybody knows what that guitar is, let's see that. If anybody knows what that model is, that's the ESP that I played today. And then I saw this 3 humbucker Les Paul, which was kind of funky. Here's a Sir guitar that I saw. Check out the finish on that. That's why I took a photo of it. The finish was just, I don't know. It looked like a countertop or something. And here's another finish that had like the pickups had wooden covers on them, right? But and this is a Charvel that I played today as well. And it was a Charvel. I don't know a lot about Charvel model numbers, but the headstock wasn't like wasn't the pointy headstock. It was, but it was kind of like an arrow shape. So unless you guys know what model that is, let me just see if anybody does know what that model is. 7 degrees of Les Paul. Yeah, exactly. Odd in what way? Okay, I don't know. I'm late for that one. Music Gear Network. Hey, Eric, how are you, man? Hope you're doing well. It's going down here. Rob212. I just sent you some pictures of my Explorer to you on Instagram. Are you sure, Rob212? Because I didn't get any notifications. I didn't get any notifications, Rob. I did not get anything, Rob. So maybe try sending, or better yet, just share them on the Guitar Hack group. Then I'll definitely see them. That's probably the easier way to do it. Charvel's rock. Yeah, I love Charvel guitars. I think I was actually, this is gonna sound horrible, but instead of trying to sleep last night, what am I doing? I'm looking for Charvel San Dimas's online. Because I really dig the white one. There's a white one with chrome hardware that looks really, really sharp. And I was trying to see if there was any stores. That's another reason why I went up to the store I did today. To see if they had any San Dimas to try. They didn't have any there. But that's another guitar that's sort of percolating. If I could find like a used San Dimas for cheap, I'd sell a guitar and get a San Dimas. I don't know. So I'm thinking I want like something with a Floyd on it, some with a Floyd. I don't really care if it's a rosewood or maple fretboard, doesn't really matter. And like it's basically a super strat kind of a shredder type thing. That's kind of what. So the Charvel, I've been playing some of the Jacksons and I dig them as well, but I really like the look of that white. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, there's a white San Dimas that has chrome hard. There's one that has gold, and we don't want to look at that. But there's one that has chrome, and it's actually really, really sharp. Oh, that's an ESP Horizon 2. Okay, that's that model, folks. Yeah, I was saying R2. I played that guitar today. It was fantastic. It's a great guitar. The neck on that felt really, really good. It felt really, really good. Okay. ESP Horizon. Okay, I caught that. Does a Charvel feel like a Strat to you? No. No. when I pick up a Charvel, nothing doesn't feel like Stratty to me at all. It feels like a different guitar. It reminds me, I'll tell you what it reminds me of. I had an Ibanez for forever, and it's one of those guitars that I sold and wish I hadn't sold. And I kind of get that kind of vibe from it, right? It doesn't feel like a Strat at all, though. Jackson Chris Broderick Guitar Hack. Oh, that's the white one I was showing? That's a nice guitar too. But I like the ESP better than that, though. I thought the ESP was it felt better to me, the ESP, over that Charvel. Okay, Mitch had a Charvel back in the day. Cool. Okay, I'm just catching up. Soda, are the new EVH models floating or decked mounted? From what I recall, I haven't. Oh, that's another thing. Yeah, I didn't see any of the new EVH models. If that's what you're talking about, Soda, I haven't seen any of the new EVH models in the store yet. I know that they're on their websites for ordering, but I have not seen one in a store yet. Actually, yeah, if we were to get them here in Toronto, the store that I was at today, they would be the store to have them first. So they weren't there. From what I recall, so the only exposure I had with those guitars, Soda, was when I was in Nashville, and from what I recall, they were deck mounted. They were flat to the body. They weren't floating. From what I recall. Ladybug, invite you to our Jackson page. They're super helpful. Oh, okay, cool, Ladybug. Yeah, it'd be cool. Okay. No gold. No gold. Guitars and gold don't go together. All EVH are flush mounted. Okay, so I was right. So it was flat to the body. Yeah, we have the expert in here. Junior played a few this week. So you're getting them already, Eric? Because I did not see any. I did not see one. Because if I had, I would have definitely played it. I definitely would have played it, that's for sure. So I want a floating EVH. Well, you can make it float, man. Just, loosen up the springs. You can make it float. For me, I prefer my trums flat to the body always, because I want that stability. As I know that the way I play, my palm rests on the bridge. I'll be knocking it out of tune all the time, so I always like it flat to the body. Okay, people are talking about wearing pants, which is awesome. Pants is good. Junior played 3. Wow. Yeah, I did not see one. James Severn is here. Welcome. Dive only sucks. Well, you can have it floating, Soda. Do whatever you want. It's just that for stability, I prefer it flat to the body. All right, so you heard that mellow, jazzy stuff at the beginning. Now, one other thing that I want to try and do this week is, but I don't know, this week has been crazy. I want to still try to put together a decent review of the Lawrence Petros 74 pedal. Ever since I got that pedal, it's been on my board. I've been playing it a lot. I think it's going to be a keeper. That's it right there. And yeah, I really dig it. But I want to do like a proper review, sort of like if you've seen my review on the Lost Dutchman, thorough, going through all the settings. I want to do the exact same thing with this 74 pedal. Maybe I can knock it out tomorrow. I don't know. Already getting phone calls, things I got to do tomorrow. But if I get a minute, maybe tomorrow on the weekend, I'll do it. Oh, and I started talking about next week's show. So next Thursday's show may or may not happen. I'm not sure right now because there's a lot of stuff happening next week. But if possible, obviously I will. And I might do between now and then. I might do one of these off the cuff. If nobody's on, I might just pop on and do like another shits and giggles. But as far as Thursday's show next week, right now it's a little bit up in the air. A little bit up in the air. Gary Tholander, my Kramer has a floating bridge, and the only time it goes out of tune is when I break a string. So that tells me, Gary, that you basically don't put your palm on the bridge, because that's where I rest my palm. That's where I'd have to like adjust my playing, right, in order for it. Even when I got my Strat, the Strats come with a raised bridge. The first thing I said to the guy was, I want that flat to the body, which means now that my wiggle stick is useless, and I've never used the wiggle stick on a Strat. For me, the Strat, if it was a set trem, that'd probably be better for me. But anyways, I'm just going down in the chat here. Okay, Blackjack likes the sound of it. You know what's cool about this pedal? Let me just. So that's like a pretty kind of 70s rock distortion right there, right? Oops. So, but if you turn this gain down a little bit, you get this. I don't know if you can really hear that difference. Yeah, you can't really hear the difference, but in the room I can. But when you back off the gain on this, you get sort of a nicer, clearer sound where you can hear all the strings. There it is. So you get a little bit more articulation, a little bit more, I don't know, clarity, but it's not really, I got to turn the amp up a little bit more, and then I'll be too loud with the amp. So, but just to give you an idea, but yeah, this thing sounds, let's put it this way. It's when you have a pedal that is harder to make sound bad than good, you have a good pedal. Like, you know what I mean? When you got to sit there and try to dial in a good sound, that means you got a one-trick pony pedal. But when you're messing with the pedal and you're trying to get, you know, and everything you do kind of works for something, that is a home run, man. That is an absolute home run. Billy Squier Soda. I used to know that Billy Squier riff. Oh, shit. No, I'm not even going to attempt it. I used to do, what's that? Fuck. I can't even think of the name of it. But I can't think of it. Sorry, man. Does it go to... It probably does go to 11. In the Dark? No, that's not the one I knew. The one I knew was... I'm not even going to attempt it. I can't, no. No, wait, that was... I see what you did there in songs. I got that one right there. Stroke. It might have been the Stroke. Everybody. Yeah, that's the one I used to know. That's the one. attempt it. But I think everybody wants you. That's the riff I used to know. Yeah. No, I don't know any strokes. My kind of stroke. Hack, hey all, sorry I had a guitar buddy over for a little jam. He loves the Gomer caster. Awesome. This one is just for you, Quint. This one is just for Quentin. There you go, a little mangy cooter for you, buddy. My Sharona. Yeah, Quinn is in the chat. I don't know why I always fumble on that stupid riff. You have the Knack LP, Janice? Everybody had the Knack LP around that time, man. 1979. 1979. There's a lot of songs that we do from that period. We do that when we do... the Romantics. I don't even know what the hell that song is called now. What I Like About You. There it is. I'm just lurking. No phone calls. Quentin, Jamaica called. I don't know what happened on that stream of yours, but I just saw it in the something happened with Jamaica. I don't know. Yeah, James Severn, My Sharona. We cover that. We cover that. What was I thinking about here? Here's a little bit of, this is for Brian Stewart. There you go. Want a little bit of the solo? Something like that. Something like that. All right. So you got 5 minutes left. So if there's anything you guys want to mention, so I always make the speech at some point during the show. Thank you all so much for coming out and hanging out Thursday night with the Hack. Really appreciate it. You guys always make my week. I always look forward to doing these things. Keep an eye out. I might be doing some just for shits and giggles in the next few days. Thursday's show is up in the air. I'll let you know when it gets closer. But if you're not already subbed to the channel, please sub to the channel. We should all be subbing to each other. We should all be, you know, growing the whole community, making this thing bigger and stronger. And since I started, it's grown in leaps and bounds already. And I'm not just talking about my channel, but other people are starting channels. We got new shows, new things. People are, sharing stuff, which is awesome. So that's great, man. And just let's keep going along that path. Let's all support each other. It's all about having fun. It's all about sharing our passion, our joy of music and guitars and all that good stuff, and and the friendship that goes along with it. So all of that is all awesome and positive. So if you're not subbed to me, please sub to me. Sub to some of the people in the chat. Let's keep it going. I've got to support the channel, and folks, anything that I get in terms of t-shirt sales or PayPal, it's stuff that I use to basically try to put better content together and just reinvest it in the channel. I just bought the computer I'm on right now. It's a new computer. I had to buy a new computer, and ever since then, if you remember, I used to have the Darth Vader thing, and OBS used to screw up on me all the time, and so I bought a new computer. And you know what, and it's all thanks to you folks, and help me out purchasing the computer. So not that every little bit helps is what I'm trying to say. So everything just gets funneled back into the channel. So I want to thank any folks that have purchased the merch. That really helps a lot. Some of you have done the PayPal. That really helps a lot, and all goes right back into the channel. So and if you don't follow me on Facebook, man, please follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. I'm always checking out guitars. I'm always posting content, stuff that you're not going to see if you're on the YouTube channel. And the other really cool thing is in the Guitar Hack group. There's some folks in there that are like posting stuff, really cool stuff, like rare video stuff that I'd never freaking seen before, man. And it's all people that we like. It's all bands that we like, bands from our era. And it's cool stuff that I'd never seen before on YouTube. So check that out as well, because that's, it's all good stuff. So yeah, so follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram. Play Decide Riff Laugh Out Loud. I don't know what that is, Soda. What are you guys talking about? Try chugging triplets. Thank you so much, Oregon Steve. Chugging triplets? That's all I know. But those are triplets. Those are triplets. I'm not really good with triplets, though. I will admit I'm not good. I can't play that chugga Iron Maiden stuff. I can't really do that well. Probably try eighth note triplets. What he means. I'd have to hear it. Eighth note triplets means nothing to me. I get into this all the time when we're trying to learn a song. It's like, hey, he only does that for 10 beats and then he goes to something else. And I'm like, if somebody talks to me about beats and this and that, I don't count. And I'm not saying this to be, I don't know, big-headed, because it's not. It's actually the opposite. It's my stupidity. But I don't count when I play, as far as when I come in. I don't tap my foot. if I know the song, I'll know when to come in. I'll hear it in my head, right? And actually, when somebody sits there and counts, instead of helping me, it actually throws me. Don't count. Just stop. I'll know when to come in, And so we get into issues like that too. So when someone says play eighths, play 16ths, 10 beat, 4 bars of this, it's like, it's a foreign language to me. It's like, um, play me the song. You can talk to me in terms of like chords and play a fifth, play a third, play this major, minor keys. That stuff I'm okay with, but timing stuff, I've that for me is like I just need to hear it. I just need to hear it and I need to feel it, and then I'll know when to come in, right? Like if you describe to me what that was, like the Barracuda, if you said to me, okay, this is what they do. They play triplets, da 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 da, and then they do this and then they do that, and you explained it to me and said play it, I'd have no idea. But if you played the song for me, then I know exactly how to play it. So that's kind of where I'm going. So I'm the same. Okay, chicken guitar, so I'm not the only one that suffers from this. She has a hard time with time signatures too. Yeah, I'm not good with time. Death metal. The closest I come to death metal would be like nowhere close because it'd be like Metallica, right? That's about as close as I get to death metal. Talking to an old guy. Okay, I don't get into death metal. Almost ghost metal. Oh, ghost is awesome. I used to know how to play that riff to Square Hammer. I'll work on that for next show. Square Hammer. I love that. That's probably one of my favorite, if not my most favorite Ghost song. It's got such a great riff, man. It's a little tricky to play too, but I used to know how to play it. I'm not even gonna attempt it now, but I'll try to learn that for next time. If it sounds good, it is good. Yeah. Oh, Soda doesn't like Ghost. Okay. Oh well. All right, folks. So we're a little over past the hour here. So again, I want to thank you all so much. You guys have a fantastic rest of your week. Have a fantastic weekend. And yeah, we got and there are some surprises coming up, which I'm not at liberty to mention, but there might be some cool shit happening next week if I get the show going and so on and so forth. So I'm gonna leave it at that. So if I don't see you next time, till next time, have a great week, have a great weekend, and yeah, we'll catch you on the other side. Cheers.